Now, caught in the crossfire of this war between Hamas and Israel are countless innocent children. We at the India Today group believe that no child should lose his or her future. Every child has a right to life and that civilians must be protected at all costs. This is, after all, what the rules of war say. Here's what the rules of war say. Parties to a conflict must at all times distinguish between combatants and civilians. That's rule number 1. Number 2, all reasonable steps must be taken to protect civilians and civilian properties during an armed conflict. Also, only combatants and military targets should be subjected to attacks during armed conflict. In fact, civilian population or civilian structures may be subjected to attack only when it offers a significant military advantage. So that is what the rule says. This is known as the doctrine of proportionality. Excessive force or force which is disproportionate to the military goal is categorically prohibited. That's what the rule says. That's what the law says. There must be an ongoing assessment of the situation when civilian harm is foreseen. Also, indiscriminate attacks that involve reckless targeting are to be prohibited. That is what the rule says. So the rule also says indiscriminate attacks that involve reckless targeting are in fact to be prohibited. That is what the rule says. The next rule says effective advance warning of an attack must be given when circumstances permit to allow civilians to evacuate. So that is what Israel says that it's doing. Effective advance warning given to civilians to allow them to evacuate is what Israel says, that they've told North Gazans to move away from the area. Humanitarian access and access to basic necessities should be allowed at all times, even during the conflict, is what the rule says, what conventions the world over says when it comes to a conflict situation. Very important, hostage taking is strictly prohibited during armed conflict of any kind, and that is exactly what Hamas has done. Hamas has taken hostages from Israel from its attack of Israel on October 7th. Strictly prohibited as far as the rules of any sort of conflict go. So that has become quite the point of contention, condemned the world over. So these are some of the rules that are in fact enshrined as far as a situation of war or conflict is concerned.